Aaron Rodgers, more comments from the Pat McAfee Show on Tuesday on how the new Jets quarterback is settling in on the practice field with his new teammates. Here he is.
I want to make sure I was ready to go once this started. Obviously, I've spent a lot of time out west over the last few years in the offseason, which has honestly been incredible for me because those workouts there, my bodywork guy Tommy out there, the structure is so incredible. I feel like that's what puts me in my best shape to be successful once the season starts. But I knew with a new team that I'm going to have to be here a little bit more just to get to know the guys, let them feel the cadence, and start to, step into the leadership role that is going to be open for my, seamless transition there as a quarterback. So definitely wanted to be here a little bit more, but I'm still, going to take some time and get back out west at some point. But I'll, definitely be here for probably, more than half of the remaining days. But I really wanted to be here the first week to get to know the guys and to go through the workouts and be around. And then, I have some things planned. I got to miss a few days, but it's been good to be out here with all the guys. And I think, guys feel the energy that I've been bringing and that I kind of bring on a daily basis. And I think there's a lot of excitement around here.
Well, the truth comes out a week after his press conference where he seemed very eager to practice. Is there practice tomorrow? Then I'll be there. Of course, there wasn't practice last week. Something closer to practice this week with Phase 2, and we've seen the slow-motion videos of him with the hoodie and his new
red
number 8 jersey over it and throwing the passes. But he's not going to be there for the whole – there it is, slow motion. Slow motion. Now, that's okay because we expect it. It's spontaneous beach football. We don't expect it. So, he still throws a pretty ball. I mean, even with no helmets on, no opponents around,
it doesn't
still
get
Aaron
much
Rodgers.
prettier. That's right.
But look, he admitted, and they did their best to gloss over this last week, Chris. He admitted he's not going to be there for everything. And I think he should be there for everything. I think it's critical that he be there for everything. He's there in like this initial burst, and then he's going to disappear for a while. And there's 10 OTA practices, up to 10. What often happens is the head coach will pull the plug on the last one, and they'll go bowling or something like that. But still, I think he should be there for all the OTAs. And it sounds now that, again, the reality is starting to trickle out. He's probably not going to be there for everything. And see, he's not going to get any flack from that rough and tough New York media that he's bracing for an attack from, because he's been sucking up to everybody the right way. Well, it's all in how you handle it.
Well, sure.
It's all in how you handle it. Hey, everybody, here I am. I love everybody. I'm excited to get to know the New York media, and here I am at the Rangers games and the Knicks games, and I'm the toast of the town, and I'm going to go away for a little while, and I'll be back. But you keep the light on for me. I won't be gone long. Instead of being there for everything. I still think it's critical. I mean, they need to hit the ground sprinting week 1. Wait till you see that schedule next week. What if it's Jets-Giants week 1? It's not going to be some cream puff nothing game. Not that there's a lot of cream puff nothing games on their schedule.
No.
They got to be ready to go week 1. And I guarantee you, if you attach Robert Saleh, the head coach of the team, to a lie detector test, he'll tell you, I wish this guy was here for every offseason practice. I wish he didn't have to go. I wish he'd be here all in for everything, because these guys have to get comfortable with him. It's one thing for him to get comfortable with them. They need to get comfortable with him. That was the flaw last year that kept them out of the playoffs. They weren't comfortable with him. The new players weren't comfortable with him. That's why he should be there. And I know, hey, he made commitments, whatever, that's fine. But you either want to compete at your highest possible level or you don't. You either want to earn your $60 million or you don't. You either want to pursue a championship or you don't. And I'm sorry, I don't care if people get mad at me. Jets fans should be happy that I'm saying it, because at the end of the day, he should want to be there for everything, to be fully and completely prepared for what's coming when week 1 rolls around and beyond, because they're going to have a target on them. What non-playoff team has ever had a target like the target the Jets are going to have this year?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to want to beat the Jets. And what the hell have the Jets done the last 40 years?
No, you're right. I mean, the Jets are, they're one of the marquee teams right now. And, they own it. They're kind of boisterous, and they have, like we talked about a minute ago, some personalities who, they make comments like Sauce Gardner said, it's easy. It's easy to get in the playoffs now. And I know he didn't mean it like that. I'm just having
easier.
Fun. Easier. Excuse me.
Easier.
Right. Correction. But, that is the Jets. They do have that kind of confidence. Let's see how this plays out with Rodgers, right? Again, I'm not going to – if he just misses a random, next week there's no practice and he misses –
said half. Half.
Well, I know.
Half.
So, but what I want to know is if it's the OTAs, he's there for all the OTAs, there's more, value in that than your normal, hey, we're going in and we're going to lift and run, and then we have a 30-minute meeting about football, and then the day is over for the most part. Like, if he misses a few of those days, if he misses the majority of those type of days, I don't think it's a huge deal. Would I like him there, Mike? Of course I would. 100%. I'm with you all the way. I'm not trying to argue against you. But I do think there's little difference areas of context here and degrees of not being there and not being the leader. So, again, the workout days, all right. If it becomes the practice days and OTAs and all that, well, he's gonna reignite that conversation on the Fan with Boomer and Gio and everybody else, where they're gonna go, what the hell? So that's where he's got to be careful. You're right, and hopefully he doesn't do that, because like you said, it is the AFC as I've been saying for the last 2 weeks. I think is as good as it's been since the 70s, and I don't remember the AFC East ever being this good, except maybe the mid-'80s a little bit. I don't know. So you're right. They got to hit the ground running, and him being there is paramount to that happening.
But see, he swooped in, created the impression he would be there for everything, created the impression he was eager. He's made the rounds. He's hobnobbed, and he's going to disappear for half of the remaining offseason program. And he didn't say which half of which phase. Could be half of the rest of phase 2, half of all of phase 3. We'll find out. And of course, there will be that never-ending chorus of these are voluntary. But again, you're either willing to make that trade-off, to make that investment full and complete into becoming the best you can be for your team and making your players as comfortable as they can be and everyone in the building as comfortable as they can be and getting everyone ready for what is to come. You either do it or you don't. And if you're not doing it, fine. But you know who is? Everybody else that you play. Everybody else who's gunning for you is doing it. These issues don't happen elsewhere.
Mahomes and Allen and Burrow are going to be there. You know they're going to be there. So that's who you got to hold yourself to the standard.
And they're not talking about it.
Right.
They're not talking about it. They're just doing it. Mahomes is going to be there. Mahomes is all in. Mahomes is going to gather his guys down in Dallas. Hell, Mahomes was working out with guys that hadn't even been drafted yet.
Right.
For crying out loud.
Yeah. Scouting them. I think he's scouting them, too. That's where I go. I think
exactly.
They're going, scout them out and let us know, and maybe we'll trade up to get Zay Flowers or whatever else. That's what's amazing about it.
And so, I mean, look, and I understand that it's not healthy to be completely obsessed with your work. I understand that there's balance to be had in the name of short-term and long-term mental health. I get it. But we're talking about a competitive enterprise where one person gets the trophy, one team gets to hold it up there. And usually, it's a team that has been crazy, psycho, over-the-top, obsessed with everything, present for everything. Midnight oil, coaches sleeping in the office, guys busting their asses to do everything that they're supposed to do, watching film, drinking the right amount of water, eating the right amount of food, sleeping the right amount of hours, every little detail buttoned up, a full and complete obsession. And even then, your season comes down to a bad call here, good call there, bounce of the ball here, gust of wind there. But we've seen time and again these teams that are fully and completely and totally committed to the cause. And so that's my point. If you're going to disappear for half of the remainder of the offseason program, that's fine. But all those other teams that are going to be trying to beat you come September aren't.
No, I hear you, Mike.
Is there a line? Is there a line to be drawn? I don't know. But why even invite the discussion? Why even have the conversation? Why not just be there getting yourself ready? That's my point. And again, everybody else is doing it, and Mahomes is the prime example.
Yeah, well, let's see where it goes. Let's see what days he does miss. Again, I know I'm with you, and I'd like him there. Not 100%, 98% attendance, 100. I'm with you all the way there, but like I said, I will have a different view if he's there for practice and he missed Monday or Tuesday workout. The other thing we got to remember with a guy like this too, he missed 1 or 2 days. He's got a freaking private plane, so I'm sure it's easy for him to get around. But your point's real, Mike. There's no doubt about that. And, I think what's
to your point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
To your point, Rashid Rice, drafted by the Chiefs after working out with Patrick Mahomes. They traded up to get him. So you're right. He's out there scouting. He's participating in the personnel evaluation. Actively participating.
Getting his hands dirty in it.
Working with these guys.
Right.
Not just watching film.
Right.
Working with these guys.
Yeah.
Because I think they realized last year, remember what Andy Reid told you?
Yeah.
When he went out there before the Jaguars game, he's throwing passes with these guys and he's giving us notes, and oh my God, these are good. He's why not? If he'll do it, why not enlist him?
He's I didn't mean to even change the subject here, but yeah. It's again another comparison to me. It's Michael Jordan-ish, right? Michael Jordan was famous in the offseason for like, hey, stars of the NBA, come here and play. We're working out here and we play for 2 or 3 hours every night. You saw that on his the documentary on ESPN, right? They're out in LA. He was filming Space Jam, but they were playing basketball every night for 3 hours. And NBA players were all coming in, and he scouts them out. And all of a sudden, one guy's on the team, and this guy's on the team, and hey, Rodman, come work with us. And then he's on the team, and so it's the comparison there. The guy's magical. He's the man on the field, and he's the man off the field. And there's something to be learned by that from all young kids and junkies out there in any profession.
And he, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, just some of the quarterbacks who will be at some point standing in the way of Aaron Rodgers and an opportunity to return to the Super Bowl for the first time in 13 years. So
I think, too, Mike, what maybe gives Rodgers like a little bit of a...
Not going to be easy.
I feel like, I can miss a day here or there, too, is the fact that, unlike Stafford, who went to McVay, or Brady, who went down to Tampa, his offense is the same for him. So that's where there's probably a little less of like that, oh, man, I got to get all this down, and I got to figure all this out, and I got to be there every day to be a part. So there's a part there where he probably looks at it and goes, I'm there. You guys actually got to catch up to me. I know this is a new team, but I know this offense better than you. And that aspect is a little different for this type of situation as well.
It is, but those guys still need to get comfortable with him. He knew the offense last year in Green Bay, but the new players weren't comfortable with him, and it showed the first half of the season. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.